Hello my friends and welcome. My name is Debbie Reed. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Kingston, Idaho. And today I'm going to show you how to make this cute, adorable card using the Rings with Nature stamp set. And then we will also be using the Joyful Christmas to you and yours. That's the front sentiment. And I'll be using a sentiment from the Brightest Glow stamp set. The supplies that you're going to need for this card is a real red for your card base. You're going to need a Very Vanilla, a crumb cake, another Very Vanilla that you emboss with the tree rings, and then you're going to emboss in crumb cake. You're going to emboss another one in the Very Vanilla, and also in the Very Vanilla you will emboss one of each of the two twigs and two of the berries. And let me show you how I created this card. So the first thing we're going to do is glue our pieces together. So because this is textured with the embossing folder, you are going to want to use your Monotombo glue. The reason is because the Monotombo glue, with all these ridges from the embossing folder, you want to have a good glue that will help sink into the cracks of the embossing. And this is the hybrid embossing, so you can actually emboss and cut with this hybrid folder. The stamp set is really an incredible stamp set. I just love it. There's so many things you can make with this stamp set. It could be an anniversary card, a Christmas card, a birthday card. So you just have to use your own imagination and go with it. So got that done. And we might as well just go ahead and put it on our card base. So I'm going to fold this. And I like to put a little crease with my bone folder just to give it a little better burnishing so that the card lays down flat. And we will go ahead and glue this on to the card base. And put that right there. All right, now to assemble, we are going to take this little piece and we're going to get that out of the way by stamping it first. And so I'm going to put down a little scrap paper and grab my stamp set. The inks that we're going to be using on this card today: crumb cake, soft suede, sweet sorbet, and cherry cobbler. We're going to do the sentiment in cherry cobbler. And I'm going to bring this like this and come in about right there. Perfect. And then we're going to take this little piece and we're going to mount it on to the wood ring. This lines up just so perfect. So when I cut this before, excuse me, I gotta, sorry. When I cut this before, I actually cut out the center of this, so I just had a ring like this. And it is actually nice to have this extra little border inside there, so I decided, why go the extra step? That looks pretty cute in itself. So I'm going to just glue this in there. So just like that. And each one, so with the set, I'm sure if you've looked at other videos with this set already, I'm sure people have already explained all the multiple things that you have. Lots of dies. You have one that makes the mushrooms or an acorn, but all these little individual circles can be cut, or you can actually use your embossing folder and just emboss, or you can emboss and cut at the same time. So if you're doing several different things at once, or you want to have a whole bunch of the different sizes and shapes, you can actually do that as well. So this set just has so many things to offer. You have the tree, you have the wood grain, a flower, leaves, like I said, the mushrooms or the acorn, it makes both. You have the flowers. It's just a really cute, adorable set. I'm actually thankful that I bought it. I wasn't going to, and then the more I thought about it, it was like, there's just too many things you can do with it. So now that I got off on my little tangent there, we're going to take our little dimensionals, and I am going to pop this up. Let me see if I did that on my card here. Yes, I did. We're going to pop this up on the card base, and once again, because it's texture, I want to make sure it doesn't pop up. So I'm going to put several on there and take off the little tabs. I don't have my take my pick folder in front of me, or I would be taking them off with that, but this goes quick. This was a fun little card to put together too, by the way. So now we're going to take this back, and we're going to just put this in the center, just like that. Okay, it still doesn't look like much, but then you're going to come in with your alcohol markers, and I used the light mossy meadow and the dark granny apple, and then I used the SU 200 for coloring. So typical to how I operate. I already colored the little leaves and the berries, and this is how they turned out. So getting the 2-dimension on there, I hope you can see that, different colors of the green. And then the berries I did in the real red, just to give it some brightness. So you're going to take your glue. You have 2 different leaves. You have a right leaf and a left leaf is what I'm calling them. So I'm calling this my left leaf just because the branch kind of wants to go left, and this one my right. So I'm going to just take this and kind of figure out for placement purposes where I'm going to put this, and I'm liking that. So I'm going to go right there. You're just putting a little bit of glue. You don't need a lot, just little dots. The video always makes it look like you're using more, but you're really not. So I'm going to put this back right there. I think I had it there actually. Go in right to there. And then we're going to glue in a berry. These are so, so cute. So you do have a lot of die cutting on here, but once you get the die cutting done, this goes pretty quick. I'm gonna put that right there. Look how that just dresses this up. I love this. Right there. Okay, nope. All right there, I think. Okay, then we're gonna glue this one down. And put this one right here. And then we're gonna add this berry. And it's gonna come down off of there. And then I'm going to take a little tiny ribbon. And the ribbon I'm using, I don't really even know if it's Stampin' Up! Ribbon or if it was from somebody else, but I'm using this ribbon that has a little bit of the gold on it. And I'm going to make a little bow, which I did. And we're going to put a little glue dot on the back of our bow. And put that right there. Maybe right there. And that's the front of the card. I just think that's cute. So I can tell I've moved this a little bit different. So depending on how you put your berries, on this one I put the berries to the left. I think I'm gonna actually try and do that. I think I like that better. Wish me luck. Okay, we're gonna bring the berries over here and then put the bow right here. I think I like that better. Okay, and that is the front of the card. Okay, enough fussing. Now to do the inside, we're going to take the other little piece, and this little set has a cute little house that goes with it. And we're going to stamp this little house in crumb cake and soft suede. The house will be in crumb cake. This one I found stamping the roof was a little bit easier to do. So we are going to stamp the roof of the house first and bring that over here. And then I'm going to do the house. Get rid of this. And then hopefully line this up how it's supposed to be. This one's just kind of a odd line up. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to come in with the little hearts from this set. And I did, actually let's do our sentiment first. The sentiment's going to be in cherry cobbler. That way then I know where to put my little hearts. Let's see, cherry cobbler, where did you go? Right there, in front of me. Yes, okay, we're going to do our little sentiment. And put that about right there. And then the little hearts I did in sweet sorbet. I'm going to stamp those just kind of random on here. Let me see how I did this one. So I went there and there. And I do believe that was it for the inside of the card. The outside of the card, you can stamp the, or for the envelope, you could actually dress it up with the wood ring, or you could actually dress it up with the berries, the leaves, whatever. Okay, we're gonna just glue this to the inside of the card. This one is an easy, quick, mass-produced card too. Once you do your little coloring, there is work, I'm not gonna lie. You do have the die cutting and all of that to do. But once you get your die cutting and your little leaves and twigs colored, those color really easy with the alcohol marker. Then this is a quick assemble card. But it's a fun, easy card to make once you get the die cutting. You're doing the embossing, and then you're embossing this, and you're embossing that, or not, you're embossing this and cutting it, then you're die cutting that, you're die cutting the two. So, like I said, if you just do them all at once, because with these, you're just die cutting massive amounts in the color that you're wanting, and then you're gonna color them. So it's not like you're lining anything up with cutting those out. And anyway, I hope you like the card. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Leave a comment if you choose. And in the meantime, go make something uniquely yours and have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.